Good morning, girls. We were discussing about the causes that led to the fall of the Mughal Empire. We have already discussed about four causes. The first one was the policies which were followed by Aurangzeb, then the weak successors who came after Aurangzeb, the rivalry which existed among the nobles, and the defective law of succession. These were the causes which we had discussed. So let's continue with the causes. Weak military administration. There were some inherent defects in the Mughal military administration. So, in the Mughal military administration, in the Mughal army, there were some inherent defects. Inherent means natural. So, the Mughal army had some natural defects or some natural faults in it. The Mughal army was organized more or less on the feudal lines, where the common soldier owed allegiance to the Mansabdar rather than to the emperor. The Mughal army, like we said, it had many defects. Now, what were these defects? The Mughal army, it was organized on the feudal lines. That is, there was a Mansabdar. Mansabdar means a military unit. This Mansabdari system, it was introduced by Akbar, and under this system, every officer, every government officer and military generals, they were given a rank or they were given a grade, and this grade, it ranged from 10 to 5,000. There were the 10 was the lowest grade and 5,000 was the highest grade. The highest grades were usually given to the Rajputs or the princes. So under this system, the soldier, he was more loyal to the Mansabdar. He was more sincere to the Mansabdar rather than to the ruler. This was the fault which existed in the Mughal army. The soldiers cared more for their personal comforts and less on winning battles. And these soldiers, these common soldiers, they were more concerned about their own personal interests. They were not interested in winning battles or protecting their empire, but they were more concerned about their own personal interests. In the 18th century, the number of Mansabdars increased rapidly and it became difficult to control them. So, by the 18th century, these Mansabdars, the number of these Mansabdars, they began to increase rapidly, and it was difficult. The empire found it difficult to keep a control over these Mansabdars. In the absence of strong central control, the Mansabdars did not maintain the number of troops they were required to according to their ranks. So, like I said before, each of these Mansabdars, they were given a rank or a grade, and according to their rank, they had to maintain a troop under them. They had to maintain a number of troops under them, and when the central empire, when it began to fall, when it began to become weak, when the central control was becoming weak, these Mansabdars, they did not bother about maintaining the troops which was required to which they had to maintain according to their rank. This affected the military strength of the empire. So, when these Mansabdars, when they failed to maintain these troops, the military strength, it began to weaken. Further, in the 18th century, most of the soldiers were recruited from the Central Asia. Such hired soldiers without any loyalty were untrustworthy custodians of the Mughal Empire. So, apart from this, there were also soldiers who were recruited from Central Asia. They were enlisted, they were brought from Central Asia to be the soldiers during the 18th century, and these soldiers, they were hired soldiers. They were soldiers who worked for money. They were not the citizens of, they were not people of the empire. They were not people who belonged to the Mughal Empire, but they were people who came from Central Asia. They were hired soldiers, and these hired soldiers, they were not loyal. They were not sincere to the Mughal Empire. They did not have any commitment to the Mughal Empire, and they remained as untrustworthy custodians. Custodian means guardians. So they were not trustworthy guardians of the Mughal Empire. So this is another reason, the weak military administration, the weak management of the military was another reason which led to the fall of the Mughal Empire. Then we have the Jagirdari crisis. The Mansabdars and the other officials were paid through Jagirs. So these Mansabdars, the Mansabdars that we discussed, these Mansabdars and the other officers, they were paid through Jagirs. Now the Jagir system, it was a system where the officers, the higher officials or the nobles, they were given produce from the land. They were not paid in salary, they were not given any money, or they were not paid in salary, but they were given produce from the lands. That is a Jagirdari system. So under this system, the Mansabdars, the officials, they were paid through Jagirs. That is a produce which they got from the land. By the end of the 17th century, a crisis emerged due to the enormous increase in the number of Mansabdars to be assigned Jagirs. So we saw about in the last point that by the 18th century the Mansabdars, they began to increase rapidly. So when these Mansabdars, when they increased rapidly, it was difficult, the empire found it difficult to provide them Jagirs. It was difficult to provide these Mansabdars proper Jagirs. Crisis means it's a time of difficulty, a time of extreme difficulty. So this when the number of Mansabdars began to increase, there was a crisis, a time of extreme difficulty. As adequate number of Jagirs were not available, a lot of crown land was converted into Jagir land. So to provide these Mansabdars, they need to have land, they need to have proper land, so that from these land they could get produce and could be given to the officials and the Mansabdars. But when the number began to increase, they did not have proper lands, they did not have adequate number of land to provide for the nobles and the officials. So lot of crown land is a royal land, the land that belongs to the king. So lot of royal land was converted into Jagir land. This reduced the revenue share of the emperor and led to the further decline of his power. So when all these royal land was converted into the Jagir land, the share that went to the emperor, the revenue share, that is a share of the empire, it began to reduce, and this led to the decline of his power. The emperor's power began to decline. Another important consequence was that the uncertainty about Mansabdars' income from their Jagirs weakened the numerical strength of the army. So there was no certainty in the income of the Mansabdars. There was a complete doubtful situation about the income of these Mansabdars. So this doubtful situation led to the weakening of the strength. The number of people who joined the army began to decrease because there was no certainty in the income of these Mansabdars. So this was another consequence, another result of the Jagirdari system. This was because the number of troops to be maintained by each Mansabdar was determined by the salary and allowances paid through Jagirs attached to his Mansab. Now, why did the strength of the army weaken? Because each of these Mansabdars, they were paid through Jagirs. They were so these Jagirs and the salary that they got was determined the number of troops which they could maintain. It was according to their salary, it was according to their allowances that they would maintain the troops, they would maintain the troops under them. So when their salary began to decrease, when the Jagirs began to decrease, when there was no certainty in the matter of salary and Jagirs, these Mansabdars, they failed to maintain the troops under them. So this was another reason which led to the fall of the Mughal Empire. So today we learnt about the military administration, how the military administration began to weaken, how it began to fall, and then the Jagirdari crisis. So we'll stop for today, girls. Thank you.